Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I'm broken system, broken trust, and I approve this message.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, guys. All right. We are back. We are back with some nonsense. Sorry, I literally was waiting for this Amazon package for like 2 weeks. Only for it to be this big. Got lost in transit. All right. Where to begin? It's going to be a sovereign citizen video. I was looking through videos today. Traffic stops, body cams, law enforcement, court videos. And I came across this one. We're only going to watch about 18 minutes. Or not 18. Maybe 16 minutes of this. Because it's got the court case with that crazy dude from Washington. Like a little bit of that at the very end. And we're not here for him. Not today. Not today. Oh boy. Let's just jump into this case. And then I'll do something else later. And we shall see. Alright. Don't need that on. Don't need that on. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Bang. Making myself a little bigger. There we go. All right. Here we go.
No, ma'am, I did not.
Sir, do not interrupt me.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So you are set for hearing on your motion for new trial. I'm going to go ahead and take all the announcements of the defendants who are set for the 6 p.m. contest docket. Once I take those, then we will have your hearing. All right. So
That's fine.
okay, go ahead and stay logged in right now. All right. All right. And now we will have the hearing on the motion for new trial. Let me get that paperwork in front of me. Mr. Haynes, if you'll please unmute. Case numbers G505, 4601 and 02. Style the State of Texas versus Vincent Lewis Haynes. Had jury trial on November 13th. The jury found the defendant guilty of both charges and assessed punishment. The defendant filed a motion for a new trial and requested a hearing. And the state has filed a response to the defendant's motion for new trial. And Mr. Haynes, you received a copy of that response, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Haynes, this is your motion. I'll let you go ahead and summarize your argument for the court.
Can I find out is this a court of record?
Yes, sir. We're a court of record. As I said at the start of every one of these hearings, that everything is on the record, everything is being recorded and streamed live as required by statute.
They are live on YouTube. Yes, it's a court of record. Keep that goddamn camera still. Well, you're under the, I don't know, the thought of this sovereign citizen knows at all what they're doing. I don't know how much you watch, like, just court in general. Sovereign citizens have this gigantic problem of staying in picture. I think this is the prosecutor at the bottom, the judge at the top left. They are directly in the middle of the camera. Sovereign citizens like to be like, oh yes, I am here for court. My name is Steve. And it's just like, dude, we can see the top of your head and that's it.
And if when you had your jury trial, you were given the little pamphlet of information about how to appeal, and that's an appeal from a municipal court of record.
Okay. Okay. Right. I am a natural born living man, and I grant the court's permission to use my name for future return of my equity. I am not a corporate entity.
Obviously, you're a living, breathing man, because if you weren't a living, breathing man, you wouldn't be in court today. The court, tends not to dig up dead people and bring them to court.
Do you want me to present something in particular, Your Honor?
Sir, you have filed a motion for new trial, and I'm giving you an opportunity to summarize your argument. Then the state may make their response, and then I'm going to rule. So summarize your argument for the court as to why you should receive a new trial.
Okay. I can only point to several facts. Number one, there was no one in the trial that was identified as an injured party. There's no way for me to make amends for whatever offenses the offended party would have against me.
It's not how this works,
any,
my guy.
Claims that the prosecutor may have or willed against me, I would like to know if he was doing so under the penalty of perjury. I also, basically, I am trying to make sure that the court knows that I appeared in trial only under special appearance so that I can get the facts and get any presumptions about my name and the use of my name correct.
Sir, I'm going to pause right there. You were not granted in.
And I'm going to pause you right there, Your Honor. So, people in the chat, there's about 40 people here in chat. I just want to point this out. This would all stop very quickly if the judge is like, cool, I'll see you in 30 days when you get done in jail for contempt. It would be that easy. Oh, I'm the living, breathing, right to jail. There was no injured party. I'm here by special appearance. I give you permission to use my name. Right to jail. I will see you in 30 days. Oh, you want to keep talking? I will see you in 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. Just keep dumping them in jail for stupid shit. It would solve the sovereign citizen problem very quickly.
Any sort of special appearance, you appeared as the defendant charged in a case.
No, ma'am, I did not.
Sir, do not interrupt me. The complaint was read to you. You entered a plea, and you were not given any sort of special appearance. And this is not information that is included in the motion for new trial that you filed. So this is not an argument that you included there as I have read it. So you need to be summarizing your argument that you, in your motion for new trial that you have filed. You're trying to make your argument regarding that motion. This is not a time to raise new issues that were not.
Well, it's not a new issue. When I told you I am a natural living person, and that even in your chambers, I did not identify with the all caps, in which you said that's only for reading purposes, and I vehemently objected and I opposed that because I don't want the presumption to go forth. So that is a part of the motion. That is a part of why the trial.
I'm not the all caps name. Right to jail. Right to jail. I don't recall what the charge was from the beginning. I know this is like a should he get a new trial, yada yada. I just don't like the wasteful, nonsensical, illogical, no truth behind it sovereign citizen argument. I would create an entire cell block just for sovereign citizens. Just so they could like chew on the walls and shit in their stupidity.
Request of a new trial is.
All right, continue with your summation.
Okay. So, in order for any presumption or any assumption of me being a corporate entity where the court may see, and maybe the court may not see, that I'm not a corporate entity and that I can settle and close this matter because the court should be able to identify the court's fiduciary responsibility and allow for this claim to be verified and settled on the record.
All right, is that the summary of your argument?
I mean, couple that with, like I said, there was no person in the courtroom that identified me as offending them or violating any laws.
Because it's society. Take that for what it is. You committed the crime, your birth certificate did not. I can bring up two cases, one quite recently and one a while ago. The one a while ago where he got sentenced to jail, and he tried bringing his birth certificate to jail to put the piece of paper in jail because he said, "This is who you wanted. This is who was sentenced. Please put this person in jail." And then he dipped out before they could catch him. And it's just like, that's not how that works. And the second was the two sovereign citizens from the other day, last week, 2 weeks ago, where they didn't pay their mortgage or some shit. They were trying to get out of it for free. And they're like, oh, these are the people who hold that, not us. And it's like, bitch, you're the same people as the birth certificate. Like, grow up.
All right. Response, Mr. Bishop?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant's motion essentially states, and I hope I'm summarizing this correctly, that he feels like his constitutional rights were violated because he did not receive due process. And I pointed the court in my motion or my response the fact that he did receive due process. He had a jury trial. He had the right to face the officer, and incidentally, the officer is the one who would be testifying under penalties of perjury. The prosecutor did not testify. I'm not a witness. The officer would testify under penalties of perjury, and he did testify. Defendant had a right to cross-examine him. It was a jury trial in front of a 6-person jury, which is the number of jurors in a misdemeanor case, and these were Class C misdemeanors. And so the defendant would not be entitled to a 12-person jury unless he was in district court, which is not the case. These are not felonies. They would not be, these are Class C misdemeanors. And so the state would point to the fact that he had a jury trial. He had a right to cross-examine the officer. The officer testified under penalties of perjury. And the jury found the defendant guilty on both offenses. And there's been no other error identified by the defendant that would warrant this court granting him a new trial.
I object.
Sir,
So what?
Hang on, Mr. Haynes. Go ahead, Mr. Bishop. You may have you finished?
That's all that I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Haynes.
I object.
Sir, hang on, Mr. Haynes. Go ahead, Mr. Bishop. You may have you finished?
That's all that I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Haynes, you have an objection. You may state your objection.
Okay, I object because he's saying that the officer is the one that is testifying. The officer is a peace officer. The officer did not testify as to me hurting him. There was no one in the courtroom that identified me as offending them. The case is not against the officer. The case is the state of Texas, and the state of Texas was not in the room. I didn't see that person in the room. But the constitutional issue is I have a right to face my accuser, and there's no accuser that was identified in the room.
I have a very strong opinion on how sovereign citizens should be dealt with. And it involves kneecapping them when they say something stupid like this. Anytime they say no victim, no crime, even though the definition of crime disagrees with them, right in the knee. Again, I have some very easy ways to correct this sovereign citizen problem, but nobody wants to help me out. Very sad.
All right.
Therefore, due process is a part of the guarantees under the Constitution.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. The court has read and reviewed the defendant's motion for new trial with attachments and the state's response to the defendant's motion for new trial, and has heard the argument here during this hearing. This is also the same court that presided at both the pretrial hearing and the trial. I'm noting for the record that the defendant, Mr. Vincent Lewis Haynes, was advised several times that these are criminal charges which carry criminal penalties. As the defendant continues to refer to civil matters or civil approaches such as injured parties, fiduciary responsibilities, and making some sort of amends, almost as though it were a restitution. And though this is a criminal case, as the defendant was advised on multiple times during multiple court appearances, the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, not the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, control in a criminal court such as this. And under the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, the defendant did receive a fair jury trial as required by the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure and the Texas rules. The defendant received a 6-person jury trial and was given the opportunity to hear the officer testify. The officer was the accusing witness. The defendant was given the right to confront the accusing witness and to cross-examine the officer. Therefore, the court is denying the defendant's motion for new trial.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Your Honor, even now, you've never really conferred jurisdiction. You've never really established. I question the jurisdiction.
How are you about to bring up jurisdiction after you've already been found guilty and are asking for a new trial and they're saying no? Like, it seems like jurisdiction's already, we've been through this.
I've done all I can to get you, the court, to understand that I'm a natural living person. I'm a live breathing person. I'm not an artificial person.
Mr. Haynes, I understand that every defendant that appears in this court is a natural living person. And this court has jurisdiction granted by the state of Texas and the city of Dalworthing Gardens, and that has been explained to you previously at previous appearances. And once again, we went over that in the court's chambers the morning of your trial. If you still question whether that the court has jurisdiction, you might question it, but the statutes, the state laws, and the city ordinances are very clear, and this court has jurisdiction over criminal charges alleged to have occurred within the city and the territorial limits of Dalworthing Gardens. You are charged with committing 2 Class C misdemeanors within the territorial limits of the city of Dalworthing Gardens. Therefore, this court had criminal jurisdiction over your cases. The court has denied your motion for new trial. You do have a right to appeal if you wish to appeal. You will need to file a written notice of appeal. You will need to file an appeal bond, which is double the amount of your fines and costs, and you will be required to put down a deposit for the transcription of the record. And you may do that. You received the pamphlet earlier, which gave you some general information regarding the timelines. So you need to make sure that you follow the rules in regards to perfecting an appeal if you wish to do so. If not, you will need to pay your fines and costs.
Your Honor, can I ask the court a question? Do you have all the records from all of the proceedings that I've been involved in?
Why? Why couldn't he just sit with his phone in this type of view for the entire time? And now that he's finally got himself framed decently, now he's a mobile sovereign citizen. Now he's on the move again.
And with the court?
I hate him.
The court does, yes. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because I submitted to the court a form of a bond and a non-negotiable money order, postal money order for $21.
You filed a $21 cash bond on August 6th.
Okay, do you still have that?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And you may use that as a down payment if you wish to use that to start making payments on your fines and costs.
I just want to point out, what is $21 going to do? Nothing. $21 in the form of money order means nothing. I'm just glad he didn't do what that funny story. She actually filed a privacy complaint because she was in the body cam. I don't know if my video is still up about it, where she went to the post office with a money order or a cashier's check. It was for a low amount of money, and she decided to go to try to cash it, and she crossed out the original amount and wrote something significantly larger. And then was like, yes, that's how these work. You can just write whatever you want. And they're like, no, you fucking idiot. That's not how those work. You give the bank a certain amount of money, so they give you a check that says, yep, this is actually legit. It is real. And then you can go give that to somebody else. You can't just give them $1, get a check for $1, and then write $1 million. Shit bothers me. Glad he didn't do that, though.
I can use that, ma'am, the best way I can. I'll direct the court on how that can be used.
Well, it will either be remitted to you or applied to your fines and costs. If you pay this in full in another way, it would be that would be remitted to you. All right. Make sure that you refer to the appropriate time limits regarding a motion, any sort of appeal, if you wish to do so. You have 10 days to get this paid in full.
I will file a motion to appeal, but I can also verbally tell you that I'm going to appeal. So as
you have to file a written notice of appeal advising me will not.
I will file it, but the instructions also said that I can verbally say that I can appeal as well.
You may tell the court, but you do need to file a written notice of appeal, and you must post your appeal bond to perfect the appeal. And that is double the amount of the fines and costs. All right. This concludes your hearing. You are released at this time.
And then let's see, George Redden.
This is the guy that's also there that we are not going to watch again because he made me want to put my head through a wall because he's an absolute moron. There we go. Okay. But yeah, I would be completely fine with let me see if you comment back. But I would be completely fine with, instead of paying fines, you may pay court costs or something, which is normally a smaller amount, and then you just do community service until the cows come home. If that was the case, I would have the cleanest city known to man. There would be people with speeding tickets cutting the grass, cleaning graffiti, replacing broken windows, picking up bullshit on the side of the road. It would be clean as shit. I would be okay with trading tickets, paying their fines for just mass community service. Yes, he should appeal on Zoom for our entertainment. Exactly. I would be okay with that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I've actually heard that before. Community service is slavery. I've heard that. I'm still okay with it. Like when I lived in Virginia Beach, they would regularly go to the jail, scoop up a bunch of like the low risk prisoners, throw vests on them, and they would just cut all of the city's grass. Give them a shekel or two. I would be 1000% okay with that as well. Before we go, because I have to do it, guys. Because I have to do it. Reading the Room, my third channel. Just put out a video yesterday, 21 hours ago, matter of fact. Yeah. I also put out a short for today that I went on an absolutely drunken rant after Booze and Body Cam yesterday. So if you want to check that out, that's up there as well. All right. I will see you guys maybe tonight. I think I have a video on deck to be done. It's pretty solid. All right. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay. See you guys maybe 5:30, maybe 6. I don't know. That's when I normally have the videos out. Have a good day. Actually, you know what? Let me hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see if anybody else is streaming right now. Anybody else streaming that's not a crazy person? No, 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 no. No, 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 and no, no, no. All right. Looks like we are leaving. That's where I'm done. Yes, rumor has it I've got a third channel, allegedly. Okay. Now we're leaving. Okay, bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.